My name is Dan Rock. I'm an attorney here in town. The Catholic Legal Immigration Network and the American Immigration Lawyers Association begged lawyers to go to Dilley, Texas to volunteer for a week, and my son and I did that in May. What we found within the barbed wire penitentiary in the sun-soaked desert of Texas is that women are carrying their children 1,300 miles from Central America to the United States. And on the way, what little money they have usually gets stolen from them. Sleeping in the deserts or on the streets, on the 2-week journey, they are brutalized. When they reach the bridge to America, they ask the border officer, they say, "Please help me. Please let me in. There are gangs in my country that will harm me because I am a woman who owns a tortilla business." Or, "I'm a woman who has 2 young boys and I won't let them join the gangs." Or, "I believe in God, not the gangs." The women tell of being beaten, robbed, raped, their family members murdered. If there's not a man in the household, they are fair game to the gangs, who are uncontrolled by any government or police force. They are not asking to come to the United States to steal a job. They want to save their children. Some of the children are breastfeeding. Many wear diapers. Some are old enough to carry their own backpacks. There are a few teenagers as they are left to fend for themselves. The women, they do not give up their stories easily to a male border officer who's demanding a quick explanation. The women are ashamed of what has happened to them. But for the sake of their children, they eventually, very softly and quietly begin, though trembling and tears rolling down their face, full of fear, they give account after account. No account is the same. Every account is genuine. "You have no God. I am your God now. I own you," the gangs say to the women. And they forbid them to go to church. And they dye their hair so they can tell that they're owned by the gangs. The gangs take the daily earnings of the hardworking women, and they take over their homes, and they make them cook for their other members of the gang who come in her home, and they please, and they use the women as they wish. Then the United States, we, after hearing what has happened, we arrest the women, and we arrest the children, and we put them in jail. First, for days in what is called the ice box, a smooth concrete cell with no mattress, just bone-chilling temperatures. When the children later arrive to spend weeks or months at the huge prison camp in Dilley, many have chapped lips, split fingers, cold sores, coughs from surviving the coldness. When they ask for medical care, the answer is frequently a prescription of drink more water. This is so wrong, so inhumane, so contrary to everything that the United States is supposed to be. When we deport them back to El Salvador and Guatemala and Honduras, the gangs slap them on the side of the head like a dog. And they say, "Oh, you thought you were too good for us. You thought the people of the United States were better and they would save you." Then the women with no place to run or hide are owned by the gangs and are used. The pedestal of the Statue of Liberty says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." As lawyers, we receive emails from volunteer organizations asking for help every day. I began preparing this speech at the beginning of August, and so I grabbed one of the emails from August 11th. This is what the email said. "Santos and her 9-year-old daughter were deported about 1 week ago from Berks County in Pennsylvania after over 7 months of detention. They are now back in Honduras, where their situation has worsened significantly. Santos' cousin was murdered 2 days ago. Her sister, with whom they live, for punishment was raped yesterday. Santos believes it's just a matter of time before she and her daughter are harmed or killed by the same gang from whom they fled in December of 2015. This is a humanitarian issue. This is not an immigration issue. We are focused on imprisoning mothers and children who are seeking asylum, seeking help from dangerous situations. We should be instead implementing a refugee protection plan. There should be an intake process to help them, but not imprisonment to harm them. They need time to settle down so they can gather their stories, so they can meet with a lawyer and prepare their case for the court. If a woman is living next door to us and her children are being beaten by her boyfriend, do we say to her, "I cannot help you because your boyfriend is bad"? No, we help the innocent. We keep the violent and the evil out. We deport the violent and the evil. But we're smart enough to be able to tell the difference. We are the United States and we can fix problems. We are better than this. Throughout time, when people in the world were being dehumanized, America has helped. Children are now asking for our help, and we cannot turn our back.